Well, this is my stop number 1. So I started yesterday was the civic holiday, so here in Canada I could not do anything. People will take each excuse not to work, you know. So this is my first, I scheduled this last week, so this is, it's called hot hydraulics. And I love it that they're in an industrial park, so there's lots of area I was able to turn around. And I came here to test, I thought I should test the flow, but the guy, you know, they played with the, when it was up and they extended the cylinders all the way, and they said everything works. So except now, so we're trying to increase the pressure. Like now it cuts off at about, like over here, 2000, you know, when you fully give it full pressure. And there's a valve in here, not this one, but over there where this red thing now is, there's a valve. And what that little, actually no, it's called cartridge, and relief cartridge. And what that one does, it's the way it's designed, it when you go too high on the pressure, it relieves the pressure. Basically, it does not allow the system to raise the pressure beyond preset amount, right? And they said on most systems you can adjust that. You can put some kind of a shims in there, so you just change the position of that cartridge, and that affects how much pressure you can get. And he says, even if we give you, you know, 100, 200 extra psi, he said you will see a big difference with a heavy load. And so they were saying that everything is fine. You know, these guys know, they can hear, like they were going by the ear. When it's fully, when this one was fully extended, he raised it like this trailer was over here, you know, like this high. And he says, oh, we're not gonna blow anything. There's relief valves everywhere. And so they're trying to do this. If they cannot, now they're trying to take it apart and see if they can shim it or something and just make the pressure go higher. And of course I try to call Fontaine, but each extension you try, it goes into voicemail. So I just left a voicemail in engineering over there, asking them what's the safe pressure, and if there's a different cartridge I can get for this trailer, because you know they make 60 ton, 70 ton, right? So they must be using the same system, but they just use different pressure. And then the second issue they discovered is that I got a slight leak over here, right here. It's leaking in the first hose. So again, shame on Transaxle, who installed this system. You know, I had nothing but problems with this installation. But that's the second. I said, can you guys fix it? Just take it apart over here and reseal it, right? They have to disconnect it and reseal it, because yeah, that's not good, right? You're not supposed to have leaks. So that's what I'm doing. So this is my first project of the day, Tuesday. I'm not sure what day it is today, but so taking care of the PTO and the trailer. And then once we're done here, I'm gonna go to the tire shop and take care of those of the defective tire. We're gonna replace one tire, and maybe I'll ask him to take a look at others. Maybe there's others that need to be replaced. To me they look fine, but they do start showing some, you know, bad wear on the inside, and I already flipped them, right? And also I want to see, they have some cheaper aluminum rims right now. The outside rims are aluminum, the inside are steel, right? But the flip axle, all my rims are aluminum, and so now my flip axle wheels are in position 2, axle 2. So it's kind of like weird. So especially in Canada, it's always best to have all aluminum rims, right? Not just for show, but first of all, they're a bit lighter, I know on the truck you save about 30 pounds per wheel. Like, let's say, you know, if you put all steel wheels, like 4 wheels, so you're saving 120 pounds, which is not a big deal, but you know, when you have a lot of tires, it's all adds up, right? So basically it'll reduce the weight, they don't rust, they're actually a bit stronger, and you don't have to paint them, you know. And when the guy was changing the tires at the international dealer, he had trouble disconnecting the wheels because, you know, steel and aluminum, there's some reaction goes on in there, and they were seized together. The guy had to smash it with a hammer, you know. So that's another reason to go aluminum, you know. But I'll see how expensive it is. I don't want to buy 6 wheels all at once, because that's almost $2,000, which is Canadian, you know. Like I always joke, not the real money, but still, it's a big number, you know. For $2,000, you can buy a lot of Pepsi Cola, a lot of ice cream, or a lot of some other good stuff. So, all right, and they managed to do it. I wanted to interview the guy. His name's Wayne, very nice guy. So he was able to, turns out that cartridge, right, they're pre-drilled like a row of holes in there, and so when the oil goes too high, it just goes through those holes, like, and relieves the pressure, right? But the old school, he was able to take it apart, and turns out there's a spring inside. There's a spring inside, and you just add what he calls a shim, and actually it looks like a washer, you know, just like a washer you use on a bolt and nut, right? And so he just adds one washer, and he changes the tension in the spring, and that makes those holes move a little bit. Like, it's a beauty. It's a super simple way to increase pressure. And I said, you know, such a small thing, but you know, now I have probably 200 psi more. He says you can probably pick up now 5 tons more, you know. But I'm not gonna haul heavier loads. It's just I want the system to be a bit faster, right? So now it's gonna be faster and stronger, and they're pretty sure that I'm not gonna blow anything. But that's, so that part is done. So now my PTO is gonna be stronger, and now they're just working on that leak at the tank. So they're gonna disconnect the hoses and reseal. So at least some progress, you know, because a lot of these things, a lot of the shops, you go somewhere with a problem, they cannot find it, everything is fine, but at least here I accomplished something, you know. So, which is good. And the charge is pretty fair. So the rate is 115 an hour Canadian, so roughly 100 US. So they charge me 230 plus 18 plus 32 tax, which I'm gonna get back. I will get back $32, so 250 is my net. 250 Canadian, which is roughly, I don't know, 70, 150, 180 US. And so yeah, so they fixed this, right? Now my PTO is stronger. They fixed the leak over there. And the best part, that the one I wanted to do for a very long time, is this stupid bolt in here that was destroying this frame, and I couldn't take it out myself because it was too tight, super tight. So now they took out the bolt, and I can keep this up like this, so no issues. And now the main part is that now I understand how my system works a bit better. You know, I was not aware of these relief valves. I thought I can blow the hydraulics if I don't limit the RPM. And what I learned is that there's 2 valves, 2 relief valves that protect the system. One is at the back over there, the one he adjusted, and there's another one right behind the sleeper. So I think now they both are, my maximum PSI went to like 2500, because this valve behind the sleeper kicks in before that valve. Before, that one was like more limiting. That was only, the pressure would go to like 22 or in 2100 psi, right? So now he was happy to see that this first valve behind the sleeper kicks in sooner, because now it's like 2500 rpm, and he says I can always, of course, increase my rpm of the engine when I start my PTO over here, right? And then I increase the cruise control and the RPM, just, you know, go higher. Just go a little bit higher, like 100 RPM. Instead of 800, use like 900, you know, if I have a super heavy load. And it says that will give your pump, you know, more RPM. So anyway, I'm so happy. At least one thing is accomplished, right? So this goes into my envelope for August. And like I said, I'm getting back this 32 bucks, which you guys in US don't have. But in Canada, we do have it. You see, like, this is a typical example, right? There's HST 13% sales tax on this. And because this is this is like a business expense, legitimate business expense of fixing my truck and trailer. So I claim it every month. I send in a return to the government and they pay me this money back, you know? It's a beautiful system. Of course, it would be easy if they didn't charge you in the first place, but because some people collect HST, right? Not just pay. I always pay because I'm not a retail store. I don't collect it, but that's how it's based on, you know, what you collect and what you pay out, and then they pay you the difference. In my case, it's always, I'm always paying. So I'm always getting something at the end of the month from the government. All right, so now we're going to the, let's just change this. I forgot, what am I? I gotta change it because I was moving inside the yard. So I put it off duty personal, but I'm just gonna put it off duty. So it will switch to driving automatically. And now we can put in here. We can put in here, Cal. You see, so this is J Hart Hydraulics. And now we're just gonna put Cal tire. Cal tire. Alright, that's where we're going to replace the tire and probably get some new shiny rims. Perfect. Start. We have 14 kilometers. Jesus, 9 miles to go. ETA is 10:16 a.m. Alright, I just talked to the tire guy over here. We consulted quickly, and so this is the bad one that's going, you see? That's what happened. You can see the cord. So it's definitely damaged tire, and this cannot be retreaded, so I'm getting no credit. So I'm replacing this one, and also I'm replacing this one because it's very bad uneven wear. Okay, but basically they're taking this whole wheel off, and I'm getting new tire on this rim, and then they're replacing. I think he wants to put the new one on that side or something. But anyway, so there's moving two wheels, and they're giving me 2 rims. So I'm gonna start slow. So I'm just basically, I have 6. I got 6 steel rims. So today I'm swapping 2 of them for aluminum, and I'm getting 2 new tires. So I'm expecting tires are about $500 Canadian. That's $1,000 and $300 for each wheel. With labor, probably gonna be $2,000 easy. You know? That's why I'm only doing two wheels, and then we'll change the rest. Yeah, we'll change the rest later, because yeah, you see these are, because they're not good in winter. Like this is my former flip axle. You see all these are aluminum. That's how I like them. But these are steel inside, aluminum outside, and don't like that. And he says these are still fine. They're getting low, but I'm gonna run them a bit longer. But then probably in a few months I'll have to change these on the front axle. See, that's what happens when you don't change your shocks. And those are my brand new shocks, all 8 on all 4, which was a little bit too late. But I'm not complaining. You hear me complaining? No. You gotta do what you gotta do. By the way, these are Meritor all fit standard duty shock. Looks very nice, you know? Why there's no sticker on that one? I wonder. Oh, okay, it's on this side. You can see it over there. You can see the sticker. I thought maybe they forget to change it. See, everything is peeling off. Like these trailers, 2 years old. And I already need to, I guess, paint it again. I gotta do something about this. That's why I used to keep my tarps. Now, most excavators don't need tarping, so I don't carry any tarps. But yeah, this was a really, you know, a very bad hit. You know, look. 1 and 2 impacts, you know, and then it even went this way. Wow. It's like something wrapped around it, you know. All right. The guy told me to park on the pad. That's what I did. Probably take him an hour and a half to do this, and that's it. Then I'm done for today, and then tomorrow I'm going to Kenworth to check my transmission, because sometimes it doesn't want to work in reverse, and do alignment. So 1 hour and $2,000 later, where I will still receive a bunch of tax back, we got this. We got new tires, and they recommended to put them like this, new ones on one side, right? Otherwise they say they'll start wearing out, because see this one, he says still okay to use this one. Yeah, I don't like it, but that's what happens with the shocks, right? And I got new shiny, you see that rim? That's like $313 Canadian, the shiny one. So now I have two axles with full aluminum rims. So axle 4 is all aluminum and axle 2 is all aluminum, right? So now I just have to change four wheels, and I told him that I'll do it before winter, and the guy said he'll give me $30 for each rim, because you still get a refund.